It's like, I just want to see the audio is like...
Yeah, I just want to see the quality of the Android is what I want to see.
No, No, it's not
it's
that bad.
It's
pixels. Pretty good.
It's going to be 4 pixels.
No, it's not that bad.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding. It's actually pretty alright.
When we were in California, what happened one day is they were trying to open bottles of lemonade. Like all our cousins were out trying to open bottles of lemonade, except for me and my cousin. So all the girls, like I hate to say it, but it was all the girls were trying and failing to take the cap off of a lemonade bottle. And then we were like, let us try. Let me get this done. This looks really easy. And they were like, you're not going to be able to do it just because you're a boy. I hope you know that. And then so like they left the room to get the adults, and we like picked up the bottles and first try, really simply. We just got it. And it was like, their lack of will disappointed me.
Hello. Today I'm going to be telling my friend Sean about my trip to Ireland and Scotland. And I took notes on it, but I went back and read them, and I realized they were only very oddly specific things, and they're not really going to tell you anything about the trip.
Go ahead.
Okay, so on our trip, first we were going to fly out to Scotland, but we were driving to Canada first.
Okay.
Because it's cheaper there.
Yeah.
But also, since my sister's going to college, we went to an IKEA there.
We saw when I was in California, I saw an IKEA and we didn't go. I was like, look, can we go? And my mom was like, yeah. Didn't go.
I think that you should go in every IKEA you cross.
Personally. I agree. I've never been in one, but okay.
You've never been in an IKEA?
No.
How am I supposed to describe this to you? But, okay, so, like in Home Depot or like in Lowe's, and they have like little fake rooms set up?
Yes.
So it's like that. But
I
it's
saw
like
a video of a guy
going
to the bathroom in one of the set-up toilets, and he got kicked out of Home Depot for that. I don't think he was allowed back either. Because it was like he legitimately relieved himself into one of the toilets. It was a bad idea on his part.
Okay, well, in the IKEA. So I noticed something. In that the rooms, it's kind of weird because you're like just walking through, and like on your right will be like a bunch of like furniture out for you to try and stuff. And then on your left you'll be like passing like a room that was like cut in half.
Okay.
And you know what it looked like? Have you ever seen the movie Robots?
My dad has a poster in his office that's a picture of the robots, and it's signed by the voice actors for the two main characters.
Rodney Copperbottom.
The red guy and the blue guy.
Rodney Copperbottom and Fender. Is that his name?
I don't know. I didn't watch the movie.
It's a good movie. Okay, but then I can't. Yeah. Okay, so for those of you who have seen Robots, I think that the rooms in IKEA look like that scene from Robots.
Do they live in an IKEA in the movie?
No, there's this part where he's like trying to get to his room when he's staying in this house, and Fender, his friend, like pulls a lever, and like there's this like, it's like an elevator, but like parts of the room come down, so then you just go into your
It's like
room.
that scene in the Bee movie.
I don't remember the Bee movie.
It's so alright. So the plot of the Bee movie is there's a bee, and his name's Barry B. Benson, and he doesn't want to pick a job for the rest of his life. He's more out there than that. So he's like really trying to figure out what he wants to do, because this is like for the rest of his life. And these other bees are having a fine and dandy time. They're just like, oh yeah, I want to be. I want to work in the honey manufacturing plant for the rest of my life. And Barry B. Benson's like, I don't want that commitment. So he goes down to this section where, like, I forget what they're called, but it's like these really buff, like, absolutely jacked guys from the army or something. But it's the bees.
Okay.
So they're the ones that fly out. So he's just, like, standing there, and then one of the jacked bees is like, haha, wimp, And he's like, I'm not a wimp. And so he follows them when they go out. You know, he goes with them. But when he's out, he's like, he meets this woman who's a human woman. And they're not supposed to talk to women. Or they're not supposed to talk to anyone who's not a bee. But so he's like talking to this woman, and she's like, you know, yeah, and you know, they become good friends, and at one point they go to the store, and Barry B. Benson's sitting there, and he
I
looks
remember
up,
this part. Is this the part where
and
he's
there's
like suing the humans? For
yes.
Okay, yes, I
so
remember this part.
He sues the human race for the exploitation of bees' labor.
But isn't selling bees honey like good for them?
It is. And so that's what happens is all the bees are freed. He wins the trial. And so the world falls to shambles because there's no pollination, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, nothing, the bees aren't doing their jobs. So it's really incredibly sad, okay? It's so dreary and dull. And there's one scene, and it just like the woman was a florist, I think. Yeah, the woman was a florist. And so Barry B. Benson rolls up to her crib, and he's like, what's going on? And she's like, yeah, I'm not that great. And he's like, well, why aren't you doing that great? I just, you know, freed all the bees. And she points to her flower pots, and all the flowers are dead. And he's like, oh no. And so he realizes that the mistake is his. He's responsible for this. So I think he goes to San Antonio or something like that, and he gets himself some more flowers that are like pollinated and everything, and he brings them back to New York. And I forget how it happens, but you know, they save the day and everything goes well. And the woman had a boyfriend or a husband, something like that, and she pretty much broke up with him to be with Barry B. Benson, which was a bad move on her part, if you ask me. I think that was sort of poor. That was a poor moral compass of Barry B. Benson as well.
Wait, so what does this
I
have to
forgot
do with
what
the
I was.
IKEA? It's like the room.
Oh
with
yeah,
IKEA.
so there's one scene, and it's like when, you know, he's figuring out that all these bees are enslaved. It's like a box, and they like pick up these sheets of like the honey before they scrape the honey off. And when you pick up the sheets, you can see it. And it's just like they're all just like these little rooms of like gray with like a singular bed, and that's it. Of these like, just sickly
That is
looking
not
bees.
what I'm talking about.
It is.
In
It
robots.
is.
No, okay, so
if
in
you saw the scene, you'd be like, "Oh yeah,
no,
okay."
but you haven't even seen robots. What I'm saying is that, okay, so like...
Are you saying robots or Roblox?
Robots.
I bet.
This marker's dead. No, so in the movie, okay, so like imagine this is the wall in the scene, and here's Rodney, and here's his pal,
Thaddeus.
No, it's not that. He's Fender.
Fender. That was pretty close, honestly. Wow. Fender looks like a real player, huh?
Yeah. There's this joke in the movie where he's like, yeah, they used to call me Bumper, but we had to change it when we came into the country.
Ah.
So there's this lever on the wall, and every time that he pulls it down, it's like this wall part moves, and then there's like another room that comes down, and it's like one of them is like
So it's sort of like
bathroom.
those children's play kits that if you press a button, it like the wall flips down and it shows a different facade.
Yeah, but it's like the rooms are moving like an elevator. There's this one part where Fender's sister, I forgot her name, but yeah, but she's in her bathroom like styling herself up or whatever, and she's like, Fender, get out of my room, and he's like, I'm not in your room, because
That's Fender?
Yes.
And so because they're the same color, are they siblings?
That was just me being
Because that's justifiable if this is his friend's younger sister. I wouldn't want, like, you know, that's weird if I, like, was at my friend's house and went in his little sister's room and was just like watching her. You know? What I mean?
Yeah.
You can't do that these days.
No, but he was pulling it because he was trying to get to his room. And it, like, kept going through this series of, like, different people who lived in the house, like, in their rooms. Which I thought was kind of weird, but, like, you know.
They're still... Why would they have this compact room, then? They're still occupying the same amount of space because they need that space.
Well, I don't know how it... But it's a cool scene. What I'm saying is that when these come down, and then there's different rooms, it looks like the rooms in IKEA. Because it's, like, part of it. Because you can... I'm assuming that these rooms right here are attached to a larger room somewhere else in the house.
Okay, so if you've got a room under here, like, where does the floor end? Do you always have an equal amount of negative space in this elevator shaft?
I don't know. It's a cool scene, though.
I bet it is.
No, but, see, this doesn't really work because you've never been to IKEA and you've never seen robots.
I've seen Roblox, though. My little brother plays a lot of Roblox.
It's very different.
My little brother, whenever he loses a game in Roblox or Minecraft or something, he'll yell, "There's a hacker, there's a hacker." To whoever he's playing. He's on his Discord server with this kid. And it's like, if somebody genuinely has the knowledge and the skill to manipulate virtual servers and content to their benefit, there is a 0% chance that the first thing they're going to do is say, "I'm about to shred some SpongeBob Tycoon 2 on Roblox." You don't do that. That's not what hacking's for.
Okay, I mean, you know, alright.
Have you ever met a hacker who's been like, "Yeah, I rip up Roblox."
Just like, yeah, okay, well, alright. No.
Yeah.
Bye.
I played Fortnite Tycoon with my friends on the Xbox once, and that was a real pleasure, except for this kid joined halfway through the game, went all tryhard and kept killing us with a rocket launcher. I was like, "Yeah, but piss off." So I just left. Brought the boys with me. Then we went to play Phantom Ops. Is that what it's called? Phantom Forces. And we were ripping it up there. But then this kid, his name was literally Minecraft Soccer Player 2008 or something, which tells me several things. The first thing is that this kid is, how old is he now? 11? If he was born in 2008, he's probably 11, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the first thing it told me. The second thing was that he was like one of those kids. You know, he was the kid who constantly came into class with a Gatorade stain on his upper lip. And I didn't associate with those kids. Anyways, what were you saying about the Scotland place?
Okay, so after IKEA, we went to the airport, and you know how in the airport security you're not allowed to bring water?
Yep.
So there was this family in front of us, and they had like one huge water bottle filled with water, like this big. And I was like, "Man, you can't bring that on." And I saw a security guard stop and they're like, "Sorry, you can't bring water with you to the security line or whatever." And
Have they ever been on a plane before?
Well, no, I think they knew, but they like forgot. But like, but what I'm saying is that there was family, like 3 or 4 people, I can't remember, and they were like, "Oh, okay," but they had like a section for you to dump your water because they knew that people were gonna like.
They had those at the Chicago Buffalo. They had that at it was Buffalo Airport, and they had this video that was constantly playing on a loop of just this girl pouring water out, and it was dystopian. It was just like she didn't blink, nothing happened. It was just her pouring water in and out, and it was like a loop. And you know the boomerang effect on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. Girls. And it's awful, but it was just like that. But it was her pouring water. But there was I guess it was like the mascot of maybe some Buffalo college or something. There was this massive orange man just watching her from the background. And he didn't move either. And it was just scary to watch. I didn't like it at all.
No, but the thing is that in this place, they had a section for you to dump your water and, like, a place for you to recycle the water bottles if they were plastic.
Yeah.
And, the family, instead of just pouring it, it was like right in front of them. They passed it person to person and drank the whole thing.
One time I bet I filled up, it was a plastic bin, and I filled it up with nearly 2 gallons of water, and I walked outside to my dad and said, "Will you give me $100 if I can drink this all in one swig?" And he said, "Yeah." And I measured it, and I got 1.6 gallons down in one gulp.
What? No, you did not.
Well, it was with a straw, and I was like,
but that's not
I
one
took
gulp.
breaths, but it was like,
you didn't swallow it all at once, though.
yeah, no, I didn't go. There was nothing like that.
You made it sound okay.
I don't know the definition for one session of drinking. You know, you don't say one holding your mouth to the straw and inhaling. That's not a thing.
So we were in Scotland first, in Stirling, which is like Edinburgh.
Why would I know Edinburgh?
Okay, so we were in Stirling. It doesn't matter. But so we had to rent a car.
I do know.
Okay, so Stirling is like mini Edinburgh.
I think I know someone in Edinburgh.
All right. Well,
I'm not sure.
Well, so we had to rent a car there because we were going to go to the country part, so we need the thing is, it's like on the left side, but you're driving on the right, and it's like all kind of weird. But our car that we rented smelled like raspberry Febreze, and I don't know what it was.
They have lots of fresh fruit there.
No. It was very artificial raspberry smelling. But every time
that lemonade gum that you see when you get to the checkout at Targets and stuff, it tastes like lemonade, but it doesn't taste like good lemonade. Don't get it.
Okay. But every time we stepped in this car, so first it's like, ooh, a car smells good, right?
Mm.
And then after time, every single time we get into the car, it just smells stronger and stronger, and I couldn't figure out where the smell was coming from. But it was like this raspberry smell, and it got really sickening after a while, to the point where I'd step in the car and immediately get motion sick.
Motion? You weren't moving.
No, but it's like, okay, not motion sick, but just car sick,
Car sick is motion sick.
No, I was getting the pre-anxiety of getting motion sickness,
Pre-anxiety.
Yeah.
Isn't that's just anxiety? You got anxiety because of
No,
raspberries.
but I felt like I was motion sickness. Because I felt like I was motion sick because I was so used to getting motion sick in this car.
Okay.
But then there was this point where we went on a picnic and we brought stuff to make sandwiches. But the thing is, we were driving pretty much the whole day other than that. And we had a pack of ham, and it did not mix well with the raspberry smell.
Why was it not sealed?
It was sealed, but you know how that, it just...
Okay, so what was the raspberries? Was there something in the car, or was it just... That was the whole statement, just... The car smelled like raspberries. And
it smelled like raspberry Febreze.
I don't think they sell that. That's not a thing.
No, I think they do. I'm pretty sure they sell raspberry Febreze.
I'm going to look it up. Because
I am 90% sure they sell raspberry Febreze.
Well, I'm 10% sure that you're wrong. No, I'm 90% sure. I'm 100% sure. I don't know. Raspberry? Did you know raspberry is spelled with a P?
Yeah.
Who put that in there? Just an idiot. They don't sell it.
Yes, they do!
They do, however, smell... They sell Renuzit aroma adjustables.
It says raspberry!
That's not Febreze.
Oh.
They sell this, but this isn't raspberry. This is Downy flavored.
What? No, but it's Febreze.
But it's not raspberry. It's either or. It was raspberries or it was Febreze, but it wasn't both. Oh, look at that. Maybe you were... Oh, that's cranberry. Get nay. Okay. $10?
No, but...
My God.
No,
what is this? Oh, wow. What a steal. This stuff usually sells for $10. Right now at Walgreens.com, you can get it for only $3.69 for a limited time only at participating locations. My God. Continue.
All right, moving on. So we went to Stirling Castle, which is, it's a castle.
Yeah.
And we had a tour there. And apparently, unicorns are like a symbol of Scotland.
It's the animal of Scotland.
I didn't know that, but it's like a symbol of something or whatever. But in the castle, they had a bunch of like embroidered and like tiled stuff with unicorns in them.
Yeah.
And every single unicorn I saw was, one, extremely buff, two, had a massive tongue.
Yes.
Like, huge. Like,
yeah.
Let me draw a picture.
It dates back to the Middle Ages. That was what they had on their heraldry, on their flags and shields and whatnot.
But like,
they would have
I wasn't really
unicorns.
paying attention during the tour, but do you know why?
Why weren't you paying attention on the tour?
Because jet lag.
For jet lag?
Yeah.
Wimp. What was the time? What was the time difference? Were you ahead or behind?
I don't know, like 5 hours.
During the tour, would it normally have been a time when you would be sleeping?
I don't remember. This was like a month ago.
This was a month ago.
Here's the unicorn.
Wow, that's ripped. That is jacked.
But every time its mouth was like this.
Yeah.
And then it was like, it was really scary.
Okay, I mean.
But then it was like.
Yeah.
Every time it was like this, like.
That's because they don't want a wimpy unicorn. Yeah, it was standing on its back legs and had its front legs up like that. Yeah.
But it was really jacked. You could, see its
you could see the
muscles.
veins and the muscles. Yeah.
Like...
Well, they didn't want to be walking around with wimpy horses during the Middle Ages. They had to have these, really, impressive beasts.
No, but they were like really jacked. It was kind of scary. But every single time they had a tongue. It was massive. It was like.
Yeah.
It was like.
Yeah.
Every single time. Every single one looked the same too. Oh, I forgot the tail.
Well, that's because it's the animal of Scotland. Okay.
Trying to start a fight.
When was I trying to start a fight?
Okay, so then so our first Airbnb we stayed in was attached to this hotel, so it was very uniform.
That's not even an Airbnb. That's a hotel. It's called a hotel.
It wasn't but it was an Airbnb, but it was like attached to a hotel in the middle of nowhere.
You know what? I got an idea. I'm gonna sign up to do Airbnb. I'm gonna buy a hotel room. You just pay me for the hotel room, and you can. No,
it wasn't a hotel room. It was like a cottage that was associated, it had partnership with the hotel.
That's not an Airbnb. No, that's a hotel.
No. But okay, whether it was an Airbnb or not, I'm calling it an Airbnb because.
Did you stay in any bed and breakfasts? Those are big in the UK.
No, we only stayed at Airbnbs. We stayed in 3 Airbnbs.
Did you have an English breakfast while you were there?
We only really had 2 meals.
You had 2 meals during your entire stay. You said that was a month ago. You spent a month there and you ate 2 meals.
No, like every day.
Did you not eat breakfast?
Well, we had.
Breakfast is not actually the most important meal of the day. That was made up by cereal companies to sell more cereal. I'm not even kidding.
Okay, so in the first, I'm just setting up the story. So it was very white. This Airbnb, and it was mostly just bedrooms, bathrooms, and then a kitchen.
White is in painted white, or white is in no other race people.
No, it was just a lot of painted white and cream color. It was mostly just that.
Or was it more cream colored or more bone colored? Because there's a fine line between the two.
It was more bone colored,
Bone colored.
Yeah.
So we're looking at a room that was white, and then a few people smoked in there. People smoke there. There's more smoking than there is in America there.
All right. Well, I just want to point out the first one had a really awful decor, and it was pictures of rocks shaped as hearts, in the most awkward places. Would you be crammed on a wall somewhere?
What was it? Was it a dream or was it a movie? I can't even remember. But I have some sort of memory, and it was a hotel, and absolutely every decoration in there was just a picture of a clown. They weren't even good. Like, it was like blurry, like moving pictures of like a clown, like not even looking at the camera, just like doing its own thing. It's such a surreal memory and vague. I can't even tell. I can't tell you anything more.
All right. Well, they had like a bunch of pictures of sailboats, but not like the whole sailboat, like really like artistic, like
in California, there was this place we ate there. It was right on the water, and there was like a sailing class, and it was a bunch of kids, and one of them almost fell in the middle of the bay, and it was really funny, but he didn't fall in. It was disappointing.
Okay, so then the other thing is, once I was walking, we were just walking around in Sterling, and I saw this trash can, and I thought it was really cool, so I'm gonna draw it. It was really cool. It was like round and like.
Oh, it was round.
Yeah.
Wow, we don't have those here.
Yeah, it was round. No. It was like the big trash cans where you put like your trash in it, and then the trash people come and take it, like the big ones. But
the big ones.
Yeah, not like the
a
house
dumpster.
No. But it was like this. And so,
are you drawing like a fat man right now?
No, that was.
If you add an eye there and a.
No, this was like the handle. So it's like you would lift it up here, and this would like go up, and then you'd put your trash in here.
So what was this for? This is just part of the picture. You just decided to. What is this?
No, it was like a whole. It was like the whole trash can was like this.
Draw
like
a side profile. It was a ball. The trash can was a ball?
Yes!
Why is that so impressive to you? You went to Scotland and that's the best thing you saw.
I thought it was cool. It was like this. It was like a ball, but it was like.
It was shiny. Is this what it was shiny?
Yeah. It was like this green ball, but it was like a trash can.
Maybe it was recycling.
Well, it might have been.
They're so strict about compost in California. I was baffled. I went there and I ate part of a grapefruit, and I was about to throw it out, and my cousin smacks my hand, and he's like, "No!" I'm like, and he pointed the compost was hanging in the trash, like the trash bin was here, and the compost was like sort of hanging in.
Yeah.
And the compost, it was a tiny bin too. I was like, if you really want to encourage people to compost, get a bigger bin for it.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. So on the tour in the Sterling Castle, there was a guy there, and he was wearing a shirt that said, "I don't age, I level up." I just thought that was really funny.
I love the gamer culture. There's, what was it? Some guy just won more. He won $16 million for winning a Fortnite tournament. And I asked my friend, I said, what is your proudest gamer moment? What makes you proud to be a gamer? Gamer Pride Month. And he said, I liked watching, actually I forgot what he said, but what I said is, I liked watching this guy just abusing his wife on a Twitch stream. She like walked in and she's like, "Dinner's ready," and he like threw a book at her and he said, "Get out of my room." And he got arrested and thrown in jail for it. And I was like, it serves him right. That's not a true gamer. A gamer is a gentleman.
Alright.
Yep.
Okay, so something else I noticed in Scotland. The food is squishier there. And the soap is slipperier. It's like really hard to get off the soap in Scotland.
Just pick it up.
No.
Were you trying to pick it up like that?
No, like in public restrooms where you would like
They had bars of soap in the.
No, they didn't. No, like the ones ones where you press the thing and then the liquid soap.
Yeah.
And then you go like this.
You're saying the button was all slippery and you were like, whoa!
No, I'm saying that, no, so I pressed the thing and then soap come out, and that was all fine, and then you go to the automatic sinks or whatever, and then it starts
Yeah.
like washing. The soap took forever to get off your hands.
Then it wasn't it was the opposite of slippery then. Soap doesn't actually kill any germs. What it does is it makes the germs all lubricated so they slide off easier under hot water. Soap does nothing.
Well,
However, it can pick up the germs better. That's what kills 99% of bacteria.
99.99% of bacteria.
It depends on the soap, Mina.
Okay, so then also we went to go see some puffins on this island, and it was cool because you get on the island, you're just walking around, you're like, I wonder where the puffins are, and then you realize that they're like right in front of you. Like,
yeah.
But there's just hundreds of them, and you could just go like this, and they'd be like right there, like they'd literally be in arm's length away. And
how did you not notice them then?
Because you're tiny. Because I thought that they were like this big, right? I thought puffins were like this big.
No,
they're like this big.
They're small.
I thought they were this big.
Okay.
We were on this bus tour thing. I was asleep for most of it, but the guy running the bus tour, he was like this, like, you know, like, have you seen How to Train Your Dragon?
Yeah.
Well, you know how
he was a
some
grumpy
have, like,
old man. That's what. Yeah.
You know how they have like the Scottish accents for the adults.
Yeah.
Well, you know Gobber.
Why would I know Gobber?
No, like,
who's Gobber?
From How to Train Your Dragon.
I don't know who Gobber is.
He's the blonde old guy who's the friends with, and he has like braided beard, and he's like the guy who trains them, and he's like friends with.
Why isn't the movie about him then? It's called How to Train Your Dragon. If he's the one who trains them, the movie should be about him. Not what's his face? Who's the guy who's the main character?
Hiccup?
Hiccup?
Yeah.
It's the stupidest name ever. So that's the dragon's name?
No! That's the kid who trains the dragons. The dragon's name is Toothless.
Name's a child Hiccup. Okay. Never mind. I'm so sick of this.
But the guy giving the bus tour was literally like the modern day Gobber.
Because he had a Scottish accent and you were in Scotland.
No. It was the way he interacted. Character development.
He was a Viking?
Okay, never mind. Never mind. What he kept his tour consisted of,
I would understand better if I watched How to Train Your Dragon at age 15 like you obviously do. But no, I don't.
Okay, well, it's a good movie.
Yeah, I bet.
Well, anyway.
Are they on their third one these days?
Yeah.
They're beating a dead dragon, is what they're beating. They're beating a dead dragon. Okay. The first one I watched, and I was like, oh, wow, okay, nice. And that was the end of it. Then the second one, I think I got forced into watching. And I was like, wow, that got shoddier. And the third, I had no interest in watching the third one. And I bet $80 you're going to watch it, aren't you?
I've already seen it. I saw it in the theaters.
Yeah.
I saw it on the day that it came out.
Okay.
But the guy on the bus, his way of giving a tour was he would be like, and to our right we have some scenic views or whatever, and then he'd just say every single time he would call everything. He would call every little thing very lovely. Very lovely. I'm not kidding. Every single time. He'd be like, very lovely. Like every single time. He'd be like, there's some sheeps on the left. Very lovely.
Alright, that's probably because they were very lovely.
So then this other time in Scotland, so we had parked somewhere to see this train or something. I think it's in the Harry Potter movies. I don't really remember. But
yeah,
we parked, but the thing is we parked in a section where we were not supposed to park there.
Oh no, oh my god.
Like, we weren't supposed to park there because it was like, it would belong to like a hotel or something, and it was like for guests only, and so we parked there.
You could just pretend you were in the hotel.
Well, yeah, but like we parked there, but like we didn't want to get in trouble coming out, so I don't really know, but basically we were, they were like, my dad, and we were there with some friends, and our friends were like, well, let's try to be stealth while leaving or whatever. So my dad, he goes on Google Roads and he takes the
Google
other
roads.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he takes the other road instead of this road, so it's like more sneaky. So we started driving down, and we've noticed the road is just getting narrower and narrower, and there's like a cliff on both sides.
Okay.
But then like it started to even out more, so it was like we were back on land. But we were like we were on Google Roads, right?
Yes.
And we were driving in this car. And keep in mind, my dad's on the other side of the car or whatever.
That's right. You drive on
There's
different
room
side
for
of the
one car. So we're leading and then our friends are in behind us. And so we're like, oh, we gotta be stealth. And my mom was like, I don't feel so good about this or whatever. And
a rough time there, huh?
Okay, you know what?
Okay.
So
I'm so sick of do a good job or don't do a job at all.
So we were in this car. Oh man, that's not real good.
Just throw out the markers you can't use.
Well, okay, my cousin's using. All right, so here was the car.
What color is that?
Here's the car. Here's the front of the car. Beep beep. And we're going down.
That color looks like the word bug. Continue.
So we're going on this path, right? And we notice up ahead, it's just getting smaller and smaller. And there's this fence here.
Okay.
And in perspective, one person.
So you drove from the fence or to the fence?
One person could fit right there.
Just go straight through.
Okay, so we were driving.
Scotland's a lawless land.
We're driving, and the path is getting thinner, and there's like a cliff. There's like a cliff down here.
It's not a very scary cliff.
Okay, but if you went too far, you'd fall down.
What's this?
That's the cliff.
That's not the cliff. That's disconnected from that. Physically, the perspective here does not work. That cannot be part of the cliff. So I'm erasing it.
Okay. So we're driving the car, right? Alright, so we're driving here. And the car, and we notice up ahead, and this fence is here. We cannot drive the car through there, because I
drew your license plate for you, thank you.
So, in perspective, the car is like this big compared to the fence.
Oh my god.
So you know what we had to do? Because we were like, well, we can't just drive through this fence, right? We obviously, Google Roads done us dirty.
Shame on them.
I know.
Did that open out onto a new road?
No.
That was just a dead end.
It was a path. For like people to walk on. And we had this problems with Google Roads multiple times. They were taking us to the weirdest routes.
Just don't use Google. Use DuckDuckGo.
So you know what we had to do? We had to back out. It was like a long road that we were on. Yeah. So we had to back out the whole way. And there were like people walking next to us, and every single person we passed would like turn and look at who was driving the car, because they were like, who drove onto this path? Yeah. And it was like two cars going, just backing out, and they were like swiveling.
2 cars? Why was it 2 cars?
Because we had friends, and we could all fit in one car. Okay, so then the other thing I noticed in Scotland is that, oh my god.
You want to just stand up? Nice.
Okay, the other thing in the walking, so they sometimes in the roads they had like walking paths on the side. They're like, this is where you walk, this is where you drive, right? And you know how sometimes in like they have like walking symbols on the roads, like sometimes they'll have like bike paths and they'll have like a bike drawn there, like that's how a bike looks like.
That's honestly sort of a good bike. You forgot where are the pedals? Okay, Okay, where are the spokes? How does that connect to the tire? What? No, it got worse and worse as he went.
Okay, so so you're on like a walking path, and sometimes they like like in the U.S. they'll like draw, like they'll have like clearly stenciled, right?
Yes.
Where it's like
the wheelchair dude.
Yeah. So they'll clearly have someone.
I know how to draw the wheelchair, man. Just I hate the flex. Just saying. You want to see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So draw the head. Okay. You draw.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But in Scotland, on these paths, they were clearly, each one was individually painted.
Yes.
By someone not so good at painting.
I saw a picture.
All over the place.
And they painted the line, but there was like somebody had somehow gotten an octopus on the road, and the paint just went over the octopus's tentacle. It was a strange. I can maybe find it.
All right. What? But each time,
look at this. This is the shoddiest erasing job ever. Woo! Look at that. All right. Nice. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is so quaint. What is this? You cannot expect to erase with that. Use this one. Look at this. Nice. Oh my gosh. Wow. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Oh man. Nice. Okay.
Okay, but every single person we saw on the walking thing, the things that they drew, they were like totally deformed. It was like some of them were like they didn't even look like humans sometimes. They were like I'm not even kidding. Like some of them were like this. And they're like weird and like messed up, and it was like it didn't even look like a human sometimes, and I was like, what? But like it was just human enough for you to tell that was the walking way, but it was like use a stencil, guys, come on.
Okay.
So I was really disappointed.
All right.
Okay, so now we're in Ireland.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't know if this
Did you take a boat there?
No, we flew there.
That's like, why would you fly there? That's like 1 hour, possibly less.
Our family doesn't like boats, okay?
Why don't you like boats? You know, my dad was in Denmark? Yeah, he was in Denmark, and he was on a train, and he fell asleep with his coworker. And when they woke up on the train, the train was on a boat, and they were like, they didn't know where they were, and everything was dark, and they couldn't get out of the train. So they had to wait until the train got off the boat and unloaded and took on its first crew of passengers. And when the passengers got on, they were like, yeah, something's up. Yeah, all right.
But in Ireland they have this thing called squash. I think they have it in Scotland too.
A sport?
No. It's a food thing. But they're like...
Yeah, we have that here in America too.
No, not like squash, like the vegetable. It's something else.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so sometimes they come in like big like liter bottles, or they come in like little packets. But basically it's like they're made for people who can't think that water tastes bad. It's like me, you know.
Yeah.
So you put like a couple drops in there, and it makes it like sweet.
Okay.
Or like taste like a specific thing. So I had one that but I tried it, and it literally tastes like you're drinking liquid ring pop.
Okay.
And I got really sick of it.
Little brother has an unhealthy obsession with ring pops.
They're good. They are. I haven't had a ring pop in years.
Okay, but the kids who like legitimately like put it down their finger and go, ah. That was weird.
Yeah, I guess.
I just held it, you know, and ate it like a lollipop. I crunched it too. I would bite it. If you're not biting a lollipop, you're eating it wrong.
Yeah, I bite it while I start to lick it. And
imagine like licking a lot. Like, You don't do that either.
Okay, well, so I start to lick a lollipop, but then I usually get impatient and just bite into it.
I just eat the stick and I don't even unwrap it. I just down the hatch.
Okay, Alright, so then the second Airbnb we stayed in was in Ireland, and let me tell you, so it's like one of those. It looked like an exhibit in a museum. Like, it was so strangely decorated in every possible way. Like, every single room.
They had an entire dinosaur.
What?
I mean, the last museum I was at, they had an entire dinosaur.
I was really confused. I thought you were in the house.
The house was not a dinosaur.
Okay, alright, well, okay, so the house was really, really weirdly decorated. Like, you would you would look in a room and you'd be like, oh, that's a nice looking room. And you walk in and you'd just be overwhelmed.
Okay.
Because, like, even the tablecloth didn't match with itself. It's like
the tablecloth didn't match with itself.
Yeah, like, they had a tablecloth, but it was plaid and striped and it had roses on it. It was like different, like it was like checkered.
Huh? Yeah, no, that doesn't work. No.
But like I think she had a thing about
about what?
So about roses, because every single room, like one of them had like roses painted on the wall.
Okay.
But it wasn't like little roses, like cute little things, like Grandma's cottage kind of thing. No, they were like roses like piled on top of each other. Yeah, it was like this, like all over the wall.
Yeah.
Like
clusters.
Yeah. Like you didn't see any wall. It was just rows. And then also, like me and my sister stayed in this room that was like, it was teal. That was the theme of the room.
Teal. That was okay.
Everything was teal.
I like ocean themed bathrooms.
Yeah, they smell nice too. But
how did the teal bedroom smell?
Really awful.
It smelled like teal.
Yeah.
It smelled like the color teal.
But then like there was one room that was like tropical themed or something. But then it was like brown everywhere except for one of the walls. Just one of the walls had like leaves painted on it. But like tropical leaves, like big leaves. And it was like aggressively green.
Like palm tree leaves or something?
Nah, I don't know, like banana leaves.
Banana leaves?
Like big leaves. Like you just look at the wall and it would just be like, like tropical leaves. Like all over the place. Like everywhere. And it was actually scary. But then the bed.
Did they overlap or was that the wall right there?
They overlapped. It was overwhelming. Everything in this house was overwhelming. And then the bed sheet was bright pink. Like
that's not tropical themed, that's ugly themed.
Yeah, that's what. But then the other thing was like the in the living room, they it felt like it was out of like a really weird kids movie. Coraline or something.
Oh, you know the movie Monster House?
I know it, but I haven't seen it.
I highly recommend it. It's terrible.
Alright. Well, like the couch in the living room?
I forget the plot of it.
Was
I think there was a fat woman in the circus and a man married her and then she died in his basement and he was like, oh, okay. And
like the couches were shaped like this.
Okay.
And that was not okay.
Yeah, well, so it instead of going up like that, it simply started here and came down like that. That's how they do it in really classy places, but this place doesn't sound classy, so even the one person chairs. The first Despicable Me movie. Victor, is that his name? Hector. No, it's Hector.
No, it wasn't Hector.
I think it was Hector.
It was Vector.
Okay. He had a couch like this, and he was sitting on the couch, and he had his keyboard. And when Gru tried to get into his house, he just keyboard mashed, and sharks chased him and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
However, Vector did not live in Scotland.
This was Ireland.
He didn't live in Ireland either, Mina.
No, but it's like in the living room, the table. They didn't even have a table.
Even the table
It
went.
was just, no, they had. It was clearly like for putting your feet on, like one of those like muffin things, you know.
Muffin things.
Well, they're like kind of.
What is a muffin?
No, you know those.
My sister ate the top of the muffin the other day and left the rest of it behind.
No, thank you.
Yeah, it disgusted me.
No, but I'm saying that, like, you know how they have those things for you to put your feet on that, like, match with the couch?
Yes.
So, instead of having a table, they had this, and then they had, I'm not kidding, they had a sheet of glass over it. And that was the table.
What was... Did you...
And every single house in this neighborhood was exactly the same from the outside. They were all painted tan. This house was painted blue.
Wow.
And it was really trippy, like, walking around in the house. Because, like, every single room was, like, a different museum exhibit, but it was, like, a bad museum exhibit.
That sounds very strange.
Yeah, something was not right. Okay. Other than that, it was very livable. Like, no, here's what I wrote here.
It's sort of a
Every
requirement
single
for
room,
an Airbnb.
I said every single room looked like it belonged to a different house. No, like every single
What sort of house did the tropical room belong to?
Every single piece of furniture looked like it belonged to a different house.
Alright.
Okay, so I don't know what it is, but every time we go to Europe, there's like such a lack of bathrooms. Like public bathrooms.
In Singapore, or in Asia, sometimes you have to pay for toilet paper and to use the bathrooms.
Well,
there will be a toilet paper machine, and you put 25 cents
in Europe, you have to pay to use the restroom
10
a lot.
squares of toilet paper.
But
yeah.
But like I understand
That's
that.
how they make money.
But it's like they have public like there are multiple times where me and my sister and my mom really had to use the restroom. They just don't have bathrooms like anywhere.
That's a benefit of being a man is the world is your bathroom.
No, but the thing is, like, there was one place we were in, like, a shopping district somewhere. You'd expect there to be, like, a public restroom, right? And they did. They had 2 public restrooms very close to each other.
Oh, my gosh.
And it was 6 at night. It was, like, 5 or 6. I can't remember. We went to the restroom.
All right, hold on. Real quick. When I was in San Francisco, I went to Chinatown, and there was just this guy. Like, we came up out of the elevator from the parking garage, and we walk outside, and this like, band was playing, and it was, like, a better tomorrow for Chinatown, or something like that. I don't know. But it was abbreviated, and they were doing music, and there was this guy, and he was playing, like, a recorder with one hand, but in between his fingers, he had a cigarette, and during the song, he would just keep playing. And then this lady got up with her microphone and just started, like, I can't even, like, possibly begin to explain how strange of a sound came out of her mouth. It was insane.
Like, in good? Like, good? Or
no,
like...
it was bad. It was terrible, terrible, terribly bad. And no matter how far away you got, they were here in this little square. We came upstairs out of the square, over here, down the street, 2 blocks down the street, into a restaurant with this sizzling kitchen and like the shouting chefs, and you could still hear the terrible.
Wait, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the lack of bath. So there was a public restroom in this like what was it? In this shopping area. 2 public restrooms very close to each other, like, but in walking distance of each other. And we had to use the restroom, so we went to the first one, and it was locked. And this was like 5 at night.
Oh my god.
And so we went to the other one, and it was locked. And I'm like, why would you have public restrooms if you're gonna lock it at 5 o'clock?
They don't want people vandalizing the bathrooms. That's actually, I forgot, like, as you started talking again, why I mentioned Chinatown is because I went in the bathroom and there was, like, a guy pissed on the floor, like, while I was in there. He had no shame. I haven't really told anyone about it, because I'm still, like, understanding it. I he didn't. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. But we ended up using the restroom in a hotel.
Okay.
Without asking. Like, we just
Well, heaven forbid.
Yeah.
I don't think they don't care.
Yeah. Okay, so then, there was so then we went to another Airbnb in Ireland, and they had 2 bathrooms.
Nice.
And one of them took 20 minutes to refill the toilet.
So you would flush and then you had to... It's like a cool down time for a special move in a game.
Yeah, but we ended up getting a pot and just filling it with water and filling up the toilet because it takes so long.
Just go in the pot. You're not very... You guys weren't very creative, were you?
Alright, okay, so whenever I knew we were gonna have a long day driving, and, I get, like, motion sickness real easy.
Yeah, you walked into a car that smelled like raspberries and you got it. I would say pretty easily.
So what I did is, instead of watching the scenery, because that's going to give me a headache, I downloaded, like, 10 seasons, well, not 10, like, 3 seasons of Voltron.
Voltron?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was watching it, and I started crying in the car while I was watching it.
Why were you crying?
It was sad. It was like season 6 or 5 or something.
I downloaded, on accident, one time it was like an 8-hour version of like calming Arabic music. And it was like this ding 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 ding.
Alright, so then we went to the Guinness factory tour, which, is a beer.
It is.
Yeah, and so we could, like, read up on, like, beers, how they make it and stuff. And there was I don't know what it was, but there was like a tour group there that came together on a school bus. I don't think school is in session there, so that was kind of weird. I don't know if it was like a summer camp, but they were on a field trip, and they were like middle schoolers. And I'm like, why are you bringing like this group of 7th graders to the Guinness factory?
It's part of Irish heritage. They drink a lot there. I don't know if you picked up on that.
But the thing is, the Guinness factory, it didn't even really have Irish heritage. It was just like, this is how we make our beer, and then it was like, here's our advertising, and then it was like, free beer.
My goodness, my Guinness.
Yeah.
One time, so my family does a lot of reunions and get-togethers and whatnot, and we used to go to this place. There were a lot of Guinness signs around the place, and my cousin got a FaceTime call from a random, looked to be around 50-year-old black man. And instead of hanging up or saying wrong, because it was a FaceTime call too,
yeah.
That was what was strangest. Instead of hanging up or anything like that, simply toured him around the place, but didn't show him anything except for the Guinness signs. And I would be in the background and I would say, when he showed him the sign, my goodness, my Guinness. And we would go to the next sign. And there were like 10 signs, and for some reason, the guy didn't hang up. Like he was like, my friend. He was interested to hear about it.
My friend got a wrong number text the other day, and it was like, "Hey, Saucy Joe, have you seen this?" And then a link to a YouTube video, and she's like, I'm not Saucy Joe."
Yeah,
but
I don't know who
the link to
Saucy
the
Joe is.
video was the Cats trailer. Have you seen?
The Cats is have you heard about the plot of it?
No, I actually don't know the plot. I'm gonna go. I have like season tickets to our theater, and it's showing Cats.
The plot of Cats is they get together and they pretty much ask for permission to board a UFO so they can die.
Like, actually?
I'm not kidding.
Wait, like, actually?
The cats all come together, and there's, like, this one elder cat, and they pretty much, like, the elder cat, like, assesses the situation and, like, thinks about all of them, and he's like, you can die, and they get on the UFO and die. I wish I was joking. And the first time I saw it, I was like, they've got to be joking. And then I saw it 2 more times in 2 different, like, contexts and wording, and I was like, my God.
Oh my God, I can't wait to see it in our theaters.
It's a terrifying idea too, like the human faces on. It's have you know the old Cat in the Hat movie from 2003? Yeah. It's like that's that, what everybody but like was saying. Unironic.
Yeah.
Like somebody sat down and was like, I got an idea, and they made the Cats movie, and I just can't.
I think
imagine the train.
Do you think that it would be scarier or cooler if they had CGI'd everyone's face to look like an actual cat?
I think it would be. I think it would just. No. It was a bad idea to start with. Anything you do is going to make it a worse idea, and anything you do to make it better is going to make it a worse idea. There's no it's just a bad. It's strange. It's off-putting. It's uncomfortable. I don't like it.
Alright, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, so then in this Airbnb, so the third one, the one with the bathroom.
Do you have to blur this out in the video?
I don't think my Android's, like, got good enough quality. Yeah. But, so we got robbed. Somebody broke into our... No, this... I'm talking about something serious. We got broken into and my phone got stolen.
So you bought that one?
Yeah.
Android?
Yeah. Stop judging me.
Right.
No, but basically, so what happened is they broke it. So this was a 3-story, like, really skinny apartment.
The Irishmen, they like to eat charging cables. Did they take any of your charging cables?
They took all of my charging cables. No, you knew that, though.
No.
Yes, you did. But I told you they took, they broke into the 3rd story. There was a scaffolding next to it, and they climbed the scaffolding and, like, jumped into the 3rd story.
Honestly, at that point, I don't even, like, I'm not even mad, because, like, the creativity and the dedication to that's incredible.
Yeah, but,
I just cut myself. This is, don't... I'm bleeding.
It's your fault.
This is not my fault.
Yes, it is.
This is your fault for buying cans of... I'm getting another. I'm so sick of this. Which flavor?
The green one. Thank you.
He went to Starbucks for the first time, and the lady asked him if he wanted soy milk or normal. And she said, soy or normal? And he said, yes.
Yeah, so that was my trip to Ireland and Scotland. Okay, well, we better end it. We might do this again.
Interesting.
Okay, bye.